Hello everyone, this is Sonic Goon, coach of the Lansdowne Guzzlord, here for my Week 4 match recap for the Villanova Pokemon League Season 6. So for this week I'm playing Arber, coach of the Surfin Swampert. Just looking at his team, it's scary as all hell. Melmetal is just a huge threat. Double Iron Bash is super annoying. It has fantastic coverage with like Thunder Punch, fighting moves. It also can run like a Iron Defense body press set with like rest, sleep talk. Like it's insane. Like this mon has some like crazy ass amounts of sets that it can run. Um, Also has Ladia, so nice, defensive mon. A lot of good capabilities such as Healing Wish, but also could play like Defog or Calm Mind setups and sweep. Mega Heracross has always been a threat. Uh, just skilling every single, all the multi-hit moves that it needs to cover everything, and then just on top of its insane attack stat is annoying to deal with. Toxicity, uh, freaking shift gear, boom burst, throat spray, just destroys teams. I believe he actually won in the one win that he has going into this week. That's exactly what happened, where he just kind of Toxicity kind of went in, and then the rest of his team cleaned up after Toxicity just punched like so many holes through his opponent. Grimmsnarl, phenomenal dual screen setter. Dark type with Prankster means that you can't really stop it unless you just straight up kill it, or Brick Break. And it's Dark Fairy, so Brick Break isn't even super effective. Um, so you really have to like play around this, and it also offensively isn't much of a slouch either. So like you can go into something like, oh, it's gonna just click screens, and then it just blows that thing away. Aerodactyl, it's one of the best DPP OU leads from way back in the day, but unfortunately, as DPP OU meta developed, it became worse because Scarf Jirachi is dumb. But it's still a threat. 130 speed's amazing. Access to like Stone Edge and flying coverage and Earthquake and Crunch and all the different fangs. Like this mon has so many things it can do. It can suicide lead. It can sweep because it has Dragon Dance now. So this is just a really solid Pokemon. Um, Swampert, it's Arber's favorite Pokemon. Is also the mascot for the team. Unfortunately, over time, it's kind of fallen off. I think that Seismitoad is definitely considered the best of the water grounds, other than Mega Swampert. But Mega Swampert doesn't fill the same niche that Swampert, Quag, and Seismitoad kind of fill. Well, not having like Water Absorb really hurts this mon, because it kind of still gets shit on by really fast, strong water types like Dracovish. But it's still very bulky and takes a lot of hits. So, it's just a defensive wall I have to really think about. Porygon 2 has been such a weird mon to prep for this week. It's surprisingly strong. So, like, even offensively, this thing can do significant damage. But, like, with Eviolite, this thing just doesn't die, and it has Recover. So I have to, like, either Toxic it or just hit it with a strong-ass move and try to one-shot it, because it's not dying. I don't believe he had Superior going into this week, but I forgot what mon he had. Hold on, because I'm recording this like way after it happened. Let me actually try to look for what he traded it for. He had, what did he have? He had Staraptor and Slurpuff instead of Arrow and Sir. Okay, yeah. So scratch what I said about Arrow. He had Staraptor, which is probably a better mon, but then Slurpuff, yeah, set up Sweet Mon. I have to worry about it, but I have a Copperajah that can punish it for going Belly Drum with a Heavy Slam, then 100% or even 200% kills it. So yeah. So I don't think I really have a bad matchup. Mons I really are worried about going into this week were Slurpuff, obviously, because the Belly Drum Burden is really easy to use. And then Toxicity, because if it gets Boom Burst off and just gets the +1, no matter even if it was resisted, it's over. I'm pretty sure +1 Overdrive kills Copperajah, kills literally everything on my team, and a +2 speed it outspeeds my entire team. Unless I'm running like Scarf with some of my faster mons, like Torn Teeth, and like Torn Teeth's not going to do anything with it because it's an electric type. So I really have to. I'm really worrying about Toxtricity. Latias also is annoying because it actually speed ties with my Gallade. So this is just a return of week 1 where I have to rely on a speed tie in order to have a really good time trying to win this. And then Melmetal is just a nightmare to deal with. Luckily, like my team kind of deals with it pretty nicely. So look at my team that I built. I'm finally bringing Blacephalon. So this is a really weird set, but what I'm like trying to do with the set. If I get a subbing, if I'm behind a sub and get a Calm Mind up, I can't really die, and I 2-hit KO at least all of his mons, and I'm also EV'd so that I always get a speed boost. So nothing on his team, like if I get a speed boost, nothing on his team actually outspeeds me, and I can just sub Calm Mind, keep Calm Minding in his face, and just buff up and just sweep his team. So yeah, this is just this deals with the Melmetal really well. If I get a +1 speed boost, I kill the Latias. It kills the Heracross at +1 special attack, and you know, just sweeps because this mon is ridiculously strong with 151 special attack. Like, no, barely any investment. I'm still hitting 343. Like, it's dumb. Next is Mega Gallade. This actually, I'm not running setup this week. Knockoffs and headbutt, close combat, you know, the 3 moves that come every single time, and then poison jab for Slurpuff, because that prevents, because I'm faster than it before it belly drums. This prevents it from belly drumming because I do it at minimum like 70 to 80%, like that's around where it is. I think it's like 79% is the min roll on this, and then max roll is like 91. So I'm gonna be able to just like chip it down and then switch into something like Slowbro afterwards. So yeah, and also like looking at his team matchup, like this Pokemon kind of just comes in and clicks moves. I don't really have to think that much against Arber with this Pokemon. I just have to make sure it's not dead. Next is large bandwidth, the Licky Licky. So this mon's especially defensive to tank Latias if it gets crazy. Wish passing is fantastic with 110 base HP. So I'm keeping everything on my team as alive as I possibly can, and you know, just being annoying as hell, and eating all the special hits, and then even body slamming to potentially get a para or knocking off or earthquaking. So yeah, Licky Licky's literally just here to be fat. Next is Slowbro. This is Rocky Helmet. This is here for Melmetal. It's here for Slurpuff. Melmetal is going, if my entire plan is going into this week, I was expecting like maybe like protective pads Melmetal, because that prevents damage from Rocky Helmet. So I want to knock off Melmetal, even if that means the Pokemon dies to it, just so that it doesn't have that option to go for double Iron Bash for free all the time. But yeah, Teleport, Slack Off, Ice Beam, Scald. Ice Beam hits like Latias, and then Scald hits everything else because I want to burn it, and then Slack Off to heal myself and TP out of there. Next is Caparaja. Like last week, it's just kind of here to do things. I actually EV'd this to Speed Creep Swampert, because usually defensive Swamperts don't run any speed, so I outspeed it by 1 point, and then I one-shot it with Power Whip, if it hits. You know, Brick Break to break dual screens if he's running dual screens, and then Earthquake Heavy Slam to hit everything else for super effective damage. Excuse me. Last but certainly not least, we have Torn T. This here to click Knockoff and Hurricane and U-turn, and defog if he gets cheeky and put down his webs with his Slurpuff. That's about it. This mon's really self-explanatory. I feel like going forward, I should probably start going a little bit more creative with my Torn T sets, because it's starting to really bite me in the ass, and I have to rely on a 70% accurate move. So yeah, just to hop right into the game. Arber brings about what I kind of expected, actually. His 2 highest point mons came, and then Swampert, and then Pori 2, because that enables like a Trick Room mode with Melmetal, as well as Heracross. And then Heracross just is this huge threat, and then Slurpuff in the back after like we're all battered and beaten down, sets up Belly Drum and just wins, because that's kind of what this mon does all the time. So just to start right off, I lead Torrentee because I'm like, no matter what on his team, I want to collect knockoff, and if he leads Heracross, I just hit Hurricane and try to not die. So right off the bat, I go for knockoff twice, which puts me in a really good position. I knock off the leftovers from Swampert, so now it's less of a wall, and then I knock off the item from Melmetal. So this week he was Life Orb and not Protective Pads, so that's just a huge headache gone away from me. So now I can just U-turn right into Slowbro. You know, fat ass just taking, but luckily he goes for this Toxic, which was a really nice play there. And here he goes right into his Porygon 2, and I teleport right into Gallade. And here I Mega and just go straight for close combat. This was a roll, and it kind of sucks because it actually put me on my back foot for the next couple turns. But here he goes for Trick Room, revealing the Trick Room team, and my best option here was to go for Zen Headbutt no matter what, because he goes into Melmetal. Okay, I have no reason to switch, and I can just go into Slowbro. He stays in. Porygon 2 is dead, and I don't have to worry about Trick Room after it ends. He goes into Swampert. Swampert takes a lot of damage. Goes into Slurpuff. Slurpuff takes a lot. And then Latias. No. Like, why would you go into Latias in Trick Room? Because I have, like, Licky Licky. Like, I have no reason not to stay in and click Zen Headbutt. But instead he switches into his Heracross and just gives me it for free. So at the time I thought that was a really smart play for me, but in reality, no. I did what was the obvious play, but he picked literally the worst option out of what to switch into. You should have sacked your Paragon 2 at that point. So here, Slowbro comes back in, and Double Iron Bash. He's taking so much damage from this Rocky Helmet. So here I just, you know, he reveals that he is actually Rest Melmetal, and as I slack off, which I didn't really expect but you know, now it's Scald, I can just kind of scald it down, you know, as it sleeps. As I TP back into Kaparaja, and now he has to pick a sack because he can't kill me, and I can kill him. So I just go straight for the Heavy Slam. I have no reason not to predict. And luckily he's not running any speed, so Power Whip out speeds and kills it. Here he goes into Melm, which is weird because he's basically just sacking it. Try to wake up, but he has not used his 2 sleep turns yet. Go straight into Latias, but I beat this 1v1 because it can't really kill me. And then I just 2-shot it with Heavy Slam. Here he makes a really weird play. He should have gone to Slurpuff here. I think max roll on Drain Punch from Slurpuff with no buffs has a pretty solid chance of killing me here. But instead he goes into his Melmetal, allowing me to get even more recovery, and now I'm no longer in range of Drain Punch. But I get crit anyway. So that sucks ass. Because Kaparaja won there if he didn't get crit, because I outsped the Porygon 2 and killed it with Heavy Slam. Kaparaja just doesn't get another sweep. So here I go for Poison Jab. Get the poison, which doesn't really matter because I just go into Slowbro at this point just so I can conserve my differential. Play Rough is just doing more damage to itself than my Mons. And then Porygon 2 actually gets a tri-attack there. So if he crit, I actually would have lost another Mon and would have been 4-0, but I didn't really bank on it, and then I killed the Porygon 2. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much just a very standard game where I think I played really well. My opponent just made like very crucial errors early on in the game that just ended up biting him in the ass. Like, I think letting Heracross go down like that was just not the right play. I think going into like Melm and then forcing me to go into like Slowbro and then you predict that and go into like Heracross would have been great. I mean, sure, you're obviously risking like the Scald Burn at that point because I will outspeed you in Trick Room, but you can possibly like just get a really good Pin Missile off and kill my Slowbro. And now Melmetal is doing phenomenal for the rest of the game because he doesn't have to deal with Rocky Helmet. And then, you know, this game probably would have been really bad for him. I didn't even really have to switch into Licky Licky or Blacephalon for this match because Caparaja, Gallade, and Slowbro kind of took it from there after Torn-T got two really good knockoffs at the beginning of the game. So yeah, you know, I'm 4-0 in my division currently, so I'm looking pretty good. I pretty much just have to get one more win and I'm guaranteed playoffs. So, you know, stress levels are pretty high still until I get that win. It's also like I really want to see how far I can take this win streak, but knowing me, I'm probably not going to play that well. Because, you know, the nerves eventually get to you. You know, it's the reason why so many players, you know, retire eventually, because they just, the stress that Pokemon puts on you, because so many things can just be out of your control, is insane. So yeah, GG's to Arber. Our division is a bloodbath. Like, after me in first place, like no one's clinched playoffs, and it's week 4, and like, just to kind of go into week 5, like, it's still like the first seed is still me, but like after that is just a 3-1 team and then a bunch of 2 and 3 teams. Everyone's just kind of beating each other, and it's just going to be a bloodbath to see who makes playoffs at this point. So, you know, looking forward to seeing what happens. And, you know, next week is the interdivision match, so hopefully I can pull out a victory there and secure playoffs for me. See you guys then.